My name is Mary and welcome back to Quinn Ink. Today what I have in front of me is called a granny diamond, and I'm going to teach you how to do this. It'll be very easy and very quick. It consists of 4 rows, so 1, 2, 3, and then the single crochet all the way around it. So let's gather our tools and let's find out how to make this. So the tools that you're going to be needing in order to make this granny diamond is going to be a 5.5 millimeter hook, or any hook that you decide to use. You're always going to need a tapestry needle so you can sew in all your strings, and you also need a pair of scissors so that you can cut all of your tails. And last but not least, you're also going to need some yarn. I'm using this blue yarn. I believe it's called Denim, and it's by Red Heart. You're not going to need very much because you're only going to be making one, unless you want to see the project that I'm going to be making, which is going to be called the Granny Diamond. And this is just a little piece of it, and this will be the back of the Granny Diamond. Okay, so let's grab our yarn and let's grab our hooks, and I'm going to teach you how to make this. Okay, so I grabbed my yarn and I grabbed my hook. To start making the granny diamond, you're going to want to make a slip knot. Put the slip knot onto your hook, and you're going to want to chain 4. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. That's 4 chains that you see. 1, 2, 3, and 4. In this last chain right here, down at the bottom, you're going to put your hook into the very bump or just into that stitch. We're going to make a slip stitch. So yarn over, pull your yarn through, and then pull right through to this loop as well. You're going to try and grab your yarn and pull it open for a spacing. And we're going to be using this spacing to start our granny diamond. So on the granny diamond, we're going to be making these 4 clusters of 3 double crochets. Chain 1, go into the spacing, so yarn over, go into the spacing, grab your working yarn and pull up a loop, 3 loops on your hook, grab your working yarn, pull through 2, and pull through 2. You're going to make 2 more of those. 1, pull the double crochets so that way it'll give you more spacing. And this one will be number 3. So you'll just grab the double crochet and kind of pull it. You're going to chain 2, 1, 2, yarn over, go back into that spacing for a double crochet. You want to make 3 more double crochets. We are making 4 clusters of 3 double crochets with chain 2s in the middle. So that is my final double crochet, and as you can see we have 2 clusters and a chain 2 in the middle. Chain 2 and make 3 more double crochets. 1, 2, sorry, I needed some more yarn, and this one will be number 3. Keep pulling on that yarn to make spacing. Now right now it's going to start looking like a granny square. Chain 2 and 3 more double crochets right into that spacing. 1, 2, and 3. Going to chain 2 and into this very first double crochet that you made, you're going to slip stitch. Put your hook into the stitch, grab your working yarn, pull up, and pull right through. Now right now this looks like a granny square. When you are working, you're going to work it like this, so it looks more like a diamond, and you're going to be working into each of these spaces. Okay, so now we're going to be working on row number 2 right here. Okay, so let's get started on row number 2. You have two options here. You can slip stitch over to this one, or you can just turn your work, go right into this chain 2 and make a slip stitch. I prefer that method better. Chain 1. Now into this chain 2 you're going to make a cluster of 3, chain 2 and 3. So we're going to make our first double crochet. Here's our second one, and here is our third one. Pull your 3 double crochets to the very end right here so you can make more spacing. Chain 2, go back into that spacing for another 3 double crochets. 2 and 3. Now in order to get over to this one, you're just going to chain 1. Go into the spacing, make 3 double crochets. 1, 2, and 3. Chain 2, pull on the 3 double crochets to make some room. 3 more double crochets right into that same chain 2 spacing. And as you can see, it is starting to look more like a diamond than a square. Kind of, if you turn it. You're going to chain 1, and you're going to repeat this process. 3 double crochets, chain 2, and 3 double crochets right into these 2 spaces. I'm going to finish these 2 spaces, and when I'm done, I'm going to meet you back down here at the very beginning. Okay, so I'm back, and I finished the 3 double crochets, chain 2, 3 double crochets, chain 1, 3 double crochets, chain 2, 3 double crochets. I have 1 chain 1 to make, and into this very first double crochet I'm going to make a slip stitch. And there is round number 2. And next we're going to be working on round number 3. Now if you can kind of see the pattern, what's ending up happening here, in order to keep making this diamond, you're always going to have a cluster, a chain 2, and a cluster. Always in the chain 2 from the previous row. So you'll have a cluster, chain 2, and a cluster, and that keeps going on and on and on, and then in the side right here you'll have a cluster of 3 and a chain 1. Okay, so let's move on to round number 3. And again, you can turn your work, slip stitch into the chain 1, and 3 double crochets into that chain 1 spacing. 2 and 3. You're going to chain 1 to get to your chain 2 spacing. 3 double crochets into that chain 2 spacing from the previous row. You're going to pull your 3 double crochets to the bottom of these 3 double crochets. You're going to chain 2 and 3 more double crochets all into that chain 2 spacing. You're going to chain 1, skip over these 3 double crochets, And into this spacing, you're going to make 3 double crochets. 1, 2, and 3. You're going to chain 1, and into the top right here, you're going to put 3 double crochets. Oopsies. 1, 2, and 3. And you guessed it, pull your 3 double crochets to make space, chain 2, 3 double crochets back into the chain 2 spacing. 1, 2, and 3. And you're going to repeat this process all the way around until you get back to the beginning. And this is how you grow your granny diamond. I'm going to finish the rest of the corners and the top, and when I'm done, I'm going to get back down to here. So remember, in every top corner and every point on the side and the bottom, you're always going to put 3 double crochets, chain 2, 3 double crochets, chain 1, and then 3 double crochets in between the cluster right here. Okay, so example for this little cluster right here, still spacing, this is where you'll put chain 1, 3 double crochets, chain 1, 3 double crochets, chain 2, 3 double crochets. Okay, so I will meet you back in just a few moments. Alrighty, I'm back and I'm almost done with row number 3. So last thing we have to do is chain 1 and slip stitch into this very first double crochet on the very top like this. Right into that stitch, grab your working yarn, pull through and pull through. And that is what your diamond granny looks like. And it is not a square. Now if you turn it, it kind of looks like a square. Kind of. The more you grow this, the more it'll look more like a diamond. Okay, so then the very last thing that we are going to do is we're going to do the single crochet border all the way around the granny diamond. Now, in the very top points right here, you're always going to put a single crochet, chain 2, and a single crochet, and I'll show you how to do that once we get to that point. So all you're going to do is you're going to chain 1, go back into that space right there for a single crochet. Okay, and you're just going to single crochet into every single stitch. When you get to the corners right here, you're just going to single crochet right into them. Sometimes you may have to pull your single crochet back in order to go into the next stitch. Single crocheting into every stitch. Now, this is an option. You do not have to do the single crochet border if you do not want to. You can actually leave it as is. When you get to the chain 2 at the top or at the bottom or on the sides, this is what you're going to do. Go into the chain 2 for a single crochet, chain 2, back into the chain 2 for a single crochet. Pull your single crochet aside, going into the very next stitch, just like this. Into every single stitch and into the chain 1. I just go underneath, I don't go into any stitches, and I single crochet and then I go into the next stitch. Now it's okay if you miss this stitch right here. That is okay if you miss it and you just keep crocheting. Single crocheting, that's okay. Sometimes I do that as well. So I'll show you. So let's say you go into the chain 1 and that single crochet kind of hides this stitch and you skip right over it. it is actually not going to make any difference. As you can see, it looks exactly the same. And then into the point is what I call these, the points. Single crochet, chain 2, single crochet back into that chain 2. And what that allows these points to do is become more pointier, such as like this one right here. This one's a little more pointier, so it actually starts to look like a granny diamond. And then we're just going to single crochet into every single stitch. Just like this. This is what I mean by my my yarn bunching up like this. It gets really bunchy. Okay, I've got one. I have another corner or point that I'm coming to. Single crochet, chain 2, single crochet. We're almost at the end. So you will always have 4 points that you will single crochet and chain 2 into. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this video. Pretty much what you're going to do is just keep single crocheting all the way around. Once you get to this point, single crochet, chain 2, single crochet, and to this one, and slip stitch right into this stitch. And then you are pretty much finished with your granny diamond. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please drop me a like, and don't forget to subscribe if you like this video and like to see other videos like this one. Also, drop down and leave me a comment letting me know if you want to see the granny diamond. I will give you specifications, how many granny diamonds you need to make, colors, everything. So as for this one right here, this one is done in denim blue. I accidentally did 2 blue colors. This is actually a darker blue. And then if you'd like, I can also show you how to do the half granny diamond as well. I might actually do a video on that one showing you how to do the half granny diamond in another video. Okay, well, if you like this video, please don't forget to drop me a like, and I will see you next time in another video. I hope you enjoyed the granny diamond. Until next time, bye-bye.